Well, hey there. It's me, Angie. Come on in. It's time for our neighbor.
It's me, Angie, calling out to you. The door's wide open, step on through. Neighbors chatting over fence lines, sharing stories, sipping sunshine. We're here, we're loud, a lively crowd. She loves you, there's no doubt. She loves you, there's no doubt. Nothing you can do about. Come in, friends, don't hesitate. Angie's heart won't let you wait. The porch light's on, the night is clear. Bring your laughter, leave your fear. Life's a party on this street. Every corner's got a beat. We're here, we're loud, the vibes are loud. She loves you, there's no doubt. She loves you, there's no doubt. Nothing you can do about. And you can never come in, friends, don't hesitate. Angie's heart won't let you wait. Woo!
Hello, hello, hello. It's time for our live neighborhood chat. We're live. Yes, we are. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, what's going on with y'all? It's already Thursday. Yes. And the middle of January. I mean, did we not just have Christmas? And here it is, the middle of January. Almost Valentine's Day. Then it'll be Easter. I don't know if y'all know it, but Easter is April the 5th this year. It's early. Well, not as early as it has been for some years, because some years it comes in March. But this year is at the beginning of April, which sometimes it comes at the end of April. I've had a good week. I did good at physical therapy. I have been letting go of a lot of fluid, if you know what I mean, getting back to my normal self. I hope y'all's week is going great. We have a lot to talk about today once we get people in here to chit chat. But let's see who's already in here. Let's see. Mr. Doggity Dog. There's my favorite dog. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're still here. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Angie. It's your favorite dog. Yes, it is. We have What's Happening to Kindness. That's Michael. Welcome in. He said he hope everybody's doing great today. He gave me a thumbs up. He went to get a present for his mother's 85th birthday. It's February the 7th. There's our beautiful Pamela. Pamela. Welcome in, darling. How are you today? I am so glad that y'all are here. I am here at the house by myself. Mr. It's Me worked last night, and he had to go get a hearing test done again. He failed his first hearing test this year, and I kept telling him, and the children kept telling him, you can't hear. Something is wrong with your hearing. And we kept telling him, look, something's wrong. You can't hear, because he would always go, we would talk to him and he would go, huh? And we would just say, something is wrong. And sure enough, he failed his hearing test. He had to go get another one. But he wears earplugs at work all the time, because we had a elderly friend of ours that worked offshore that was a uh what they call him? Motor operator. He was around loud motors all the time. And when he retired, he couldn't hear because he didn't wear the earplugs and the headphones offshore. And I mean, this man was deaf. He could not hear anything. And James didn't want to end up like that. He even wears earplugs when he cuts grass. James does. So I know he wears his hearing his earplugs, but he has some hearing loss, mostly in his right ear. They said the hearing loss is in his right ear. But anyway, he made it home, and of course now he and his best friend are at the hunting lease, which I don't mind that. That's fine with me. Um, yeah, he is missing a lot, but it gets frustrating to talk to somebody and you're trying to talk to them and they don't hear you and they can't help it. They can't help that they can't hear you. But they'll go, "Huh?" And you'll say it again. Wait, and they'll say that again, and you'll say it again and then they hear or either they read lips or whatever they do. But like I said, he had to go and get another hearing test done, which his company provides that every year for them, you know. But anyway, that's what's going on in my neighborhood is getting hearing tests, trying to get myself uh better as far as my health. That's my 2026 goal is to build my upper body strength and of course walk more because we got to be moving. If you're not moving, you're going backwards. You got to get up and move. And believe you me, it's not easy for me sometimes because I stay in a lot of pain. But we're not going to talk about that. We're here to talk about you and what's going on with you. I'll say this, I'm going to fix homemade chili for supper. That was a request from James. He wanted me to make chili. Uh, yeah, I talked to my physical therapist very thoroughly the other day when I started with my new year of physical therapy of what my goals were and how many minutes a day I should be doing the exercise, how many times a day I should be getting up and down. Yesterday, I thought I got up and down at least 50 times. I mean, I was up and down, up and down, up and down. But the thing about it is, you got to get your heart rate up. It doesn't matter how much you walk or how much you get up and down. If you don't get your heart rate up, you're not accomplishing anything. Your heart's a muscle, so we got to build that muscle up. I do have a goal of getting rid of home health this year. I don't want to continue forever on that. What happened to kindness? What do you mean, Mr. Doggity Dog? Kindness is needed everywhere. I don't know what happened to kindness, but I totally agree with you. I think that the whole world needs more kindness. Oh, 82 over 52? That's kind of calm, isn't it, Mr. Doggity Dog? If I said anything, that would be kind of low for our blood pressure. Um, I hope you're doing okay, Mr. Doggity Dog. The world could use more love, more kindness, more support, more positivity. uh, more selflessness. We could go on and on. Uh, but I just want to say that I'm not used to this name. I do not use that account. Uh, I'm trying to drink a lot of water. I've never been a fan of water. I have to have flavor. I've literally had to give up every enjoyable drink that I like because it either has a lot of sodium in it or it has a lot of sugar in it. Uh, every drink that I really love had to go bye bye because it's not good for me. I'm trying to love water more, but it is a struggle. Now, if it's really, really cold, if the water is really, really cold, which I can drink water lukewarm too, it doesn't matter, but I really want it really, really cold if I'm going to drink it. Um, but most of the drinks that I want to drink, I can't because it has sodium, sugar, and I have to watch all that. I mean, I can't well, I shouldn't indulge in all that. Huawei, how are you, honey bun? What you doing? Welcome in. I hope everything's going well with you. Thank you for liking my live. I appreciate it. Maybe more people will come in, but it doesn't matter who's here. We're going to talk to whoever's here and enjoy the live chat. I've done several videos lately about being positive in 2026 and what we need to do. And thank you, Michael. Yes, share me out. I snuck a couple of cans of Coca-Cola yesterday. I found a water on the Walmart app. Oh, it had lime in it? Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I will have to check that out. Lime. I do like lemon water. I don't mind lemon water, but y'all, all of us know that lemon water it's a natural diuretic and it makes you go to the bathroom, which I don't mind that. But after you go about 50 times, you just get tired of it. But I'll check out that lime water. Like I said, I like lemon. I like limes, but I like limes and Corona beer. I love lime in that now, which I can't drink too many of those. That is not good for my health. Now, I used to love those. And every once in a while, I have to confess, every 4 or 5 months, I splurge and drink one because I can't go past that because it's not good for my health. But, sometimes you have to indulge in something that you really enjoy, and just in very little increments of being able to enjoy a drink. Now, I love ginger ale. Love ginger ale. But I can't drink a lot of ginger ale. If y'all checked out the sodium and sugar in ginger ale, it is crazy. Well, there is a diet ginger ale, and it tastes pretty good. I don't have a problem with it. Yes, that's true. It is good for the kidneys, and that's just like the doctor will tell you to drink about that much red wine every night, and it's good for your heart. I mean, alcohol is not the problem. The problem is indulging too much in the alcohol. That's the problem. we tend to say, don't drink an alcoholic beverage. It's this, it's that, but it's not the alcoholic beverage. It's how much you ingest of the alcohol beverage. Um, so we need to understand that we can't blame certain things of what we ingest. That's just like sugar. I mean, honestly, sugar is like poison to your system. I mean, it's just like poison if you take too much of it. But yet, and still, you can get addicted to sugar, addicted to food, addicted to alcohol. I mean, mostly a lot of things that we can get to where we can't live without, or we think we can't live without it. Bread. Some people just will indulge on bread because they just love bread. Uh, so it's not really the thing, it's how much we take of it. Oh, yes, I know. You can. You sure can. You used to could only be given the hospital food because they would set a certain diet according to your health. Like if you were a diabetic, they would set a diabetic diet for you while you were in the hospital. A regular diet. If you didn't need a lot of sodium, they would have a diet where you didn't get a lot of sodium. But what happened to food? I know. I know. Hey Jessica, how are you doing, sweetheart? Welcome in. What did the doctor say about your knees? You can flavor water. You can flavor water with anything. Honey, ginger, Melmite, elderflowers. I was on the diabetic diet last time. So bland. Yes, the diabetic diet is so bland. Thank you, Jessica. What did the doctor say about your knees, Jessica? I knew you said you were going to the doctor about your knees. What did he say? Did he say you were going to have tests to check them? What's going on? So many times, and once we get our body out of whack, we want to blame everybody else but us. The doctor said I have arthritis in both knees, and she's doing a referral to a physical. Oh, yes, yes. That can hurt, Jessica. Did she suggest that you take aspirin, ibuprofen? That's good but I can't take that. I'm allergic to that. I can't take that for my arthritis. Michael's giving you well wishes, Jessica. Sometimes they will give you a prescription. I have a prescription for my Tylenol for arthritis. Lord, I've never heard it because usually Tylenol is for headaches and stuff like that. Aspirin is for inflammation. But, yeah, make sure you put cream on there. You can get over the counter cream, but what I was going to say, they prescribed me a prescription for my arthritis because I have it in this hand really bad, my shoulders. But I can only take that when I get really, really bad because, I got myself all twisted taking that arthritis medicine because it made me feel so good. It relieved my pain so well. I just kept taking it, knowing, or I should have known. I can't say knowing. I know now that I shouldn't have took it every single day. Well, it was prescribed for every single day, but because I'm allergic to aspirin and ibuprofen, I shouldn't have been taking it every day. So I got myself in a mill of a mess. I did. And I tend to do that and then learn the lesson. You know, Angie tends to be a little hard headed when it comes to certain things, or she just does things. And I say she, meaning me. I just do things and then realize 2 or 3 weeks later, well, I shouldn't have done that. Christina, my loving sister, Tylenol 3 is prescription only. You get it after gum surgery or something else surgical. Yeah, Christina, I was thinking that Tylenol was for pain and ibuprofen was for like inflammation. I may be wrong on that. Mr. Dog, I did a video today and found stuff in the dumpster today, and hint, it's my favorite thing. Oh, it's got to be chocolate. I hope you're doing well, Christina. Y'all check out Jessica's channel. She does little short videos. She dumpster dives and she shares everybody out. Y'all check her out. Y'all check out Christina. She does dumpster dive and she has these little short videos. She also does walks like and talks. A lot of wisdom. Check out Michael's channel. He does a lot of shorts. He goes live a lot during the day. Y'all check him out. See if y'all want to visit him some. You're right. Both are pain medications, but ibuprofen is more of a muscle relaxer. Yeah, that's what I thought. So my goal for 2026 is I want to get to 1,700 neighbors. I'm teetering around 1685, 86. It'll go up and down, and then the next thing I know, I'm back down to 1677. I don't know what YouTube's trying to do, but it's not about the numbers. I know, but I would just like to see that number. Have a goal. There's nothing wrong with a goal, and if I can get past that, I would be very happy because I want more people in my neighborhood that are good for my neighborhood. Now, I don't want anybody moving in. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't want, our trolls moving in, trying to take over the hood or nothing like that. But I want good, solid neighbors that want to grow, want to learn, want to be positive for 2026. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you're almost at 3,000. That's awesome. Yes. Very good. I am so glad that you have. I am going to be doing videos of my phone just dinged. I'm going to be doing videos of which I always try to do positive things, but mine are more like goals for people to set goals and to learn. But you know what I found out? Hold on, let me answer my daughter. She's looking for her daddy. I don't know. But anyway, oh, well, thank you, Michael, for saying that. Well, thank you. Um, Why do people want to bother you when you're on live? I do not know. Um, Andrew. Andrew. Do I know you, Andrew? I feel like I do. I honestly, being very honest, like I always am. Uh, I don't think people really want to change. I really don't. Either they don't want to, or either they don't want to put the work into learning something new. Now, I understand that unlearning something that you've always done that is wrong is the hardest thing to do. You know, I talked about that on one of my videos. Unlearning a bad habit or something is so hard. And when we get down and depressed, we fall back into doing that same thing over and over again. But it's just my personal thought and feeling that people do not want to change. They are content on being just the way they are until something goes wrong. And then they're all for it, but they don't want to put the work in because it's work. I mean, it's work to change a habit that's not good. Um what are you sorry about, Jessica? What'd you do, honey? Said I lost 60 and I'm 158 and I was at 220. Jessica, are you trying to lose weight or are you just losing? Because that's a totally different thing. If you are watching what you're eating and trying to lose weight, that is good. But if you're just losing weight for no reason, you need to get that seen about. It's hard to find these days. But and people, yeah, people have influence on your life, but setting that into place for you to be able to make that change is up to you. Uh Even though it looks like it comes easy for people that are trying to encourage you to do something different, that person that's encouraging you struggle too. I mean, I struggle with movement, talking myself into getting up and moving because I don't want to do that because I'm hurting. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, Jessica. That is wonderful. Wonderful. I think first and foremost, be authentic, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Don't pretend you're something you're not and then all of a sudden become something else because that confuses people. I mean, ever since I've been on YouTube, I've been this. I've been me. That's the only thing I know to do is to be me. I don't pretend to be something else. I don't put on airs that I'm this and I'm that. I don't some people, and I don't nobody in this chat come on YouTube and they pretend they act a certain way. And I don't mean like Michael does certain characters. I don't mean that. I mean, that's just joking and having fun. I mean, they pretend to be all happy and everything's okay when it's not. And it's okay to say it's not. It's just not okay to stay in it. Some people just want to wallow in it. They want to get on here and just say they're going through something, and you have to hear it 60 million times. Okay, we know you're going through that, but let's work through it. Let's work through it. Um let's try to decide what we're going to be for 2026. If we're going to be authentic and who we are, or are we going to pretend that everything's okay or everything's bad and we're just going to continue on with this whatever. Some people want to share their story, some people don't. But even if you don't want to share it, don't pretend. You know, be who you are and let people decide if they want to come to your channel or not. Um, Thank you, Michael. Christina is a very positive individual, yet she goes through things. But she's also like me. She is very spiritual and she's a Christian. She has those beliefs. That's what she and I have in common. We're prayerful. We know where our strength and all that comes from. She does walks that talk about different things like that. You need to go to channels where you have things in common. Or if you don't, then you want to hear what the channel says, and maybe that's what you want for your life. You know, I don't think there's a such thing as a perfect Christian. None of us are perfect. We'll never be perfect until we're in the sweet by and by. But for 2026, we need to decide that do we want positive encouragement or do we want to lay down and wallow in whatever we're going through? Now, don't get me wrong. I talk about this in my video. Have your moment. Have your moment. Things are going to go bad. Things have gone bad for me. I've had to sit back and go through things that are hurtful and sad and things like that, but I haven't stayed there. If I would have stayed there, I would still be in the depression of me being in a wheelchair. But I chose to move on from that. That this is my life now. This is what I have to live with. I have to make the best life out of it. I can't just sit there and, well, I could sit there and just continue to get sympathy from people and say how bad it is. And, a lot of people come to your channel just to hear how bad you have it. They love to hear how bad someone else has it so they can get their mind off of what's going on in their life. Believe it or not, that's true. Bye, Jessica. See you later, sweet pie. But when you finally learn to accept where you are and move on, then things begin to happen. Things begin to change. Now, they're not going to change overnight. A lot of people expect that when they start trusting in God and they think it's just going to change overnight and everything's going to be okay. No, it's called consequences. You've allowed something to happen, and now you got to live with the consequences. You can't expect a bad situation to turn great in one day. It's not. You're going to have to learn the lesson and live through it. Um, uh, it's better to learn the lesson, because if you don't, then you're probably going to have to live it all over again. And nobody wants to do that. I've come to realize, and I know I just said this, people don't want to change. No. They say they do, but they don't want to put the work in. And I'm here to tell you, physically, there are days that I don't want to put the work in. I just want to magically be able to walk again. But that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I am so weak in my pelvic area and in my legs that I'm going to have to build the muscles and the strength up to be able to walk. It's not going to happen overnight, although I wish it would. And it's so funny because my brain tells me sometimes, just get up and walk across the room. Just get up and walk, Angie. And then when I stand up and I have my walker in my hand, my body's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I can walk, but not like I want to walk in the room. You know, I can take steps, but it's not like you walk. If you're ambulatory, it's not like that. It's further along than I was, but you have to realize that when you set yourself back, it takes a while to get back to where you were. You can't expect for it to be great the next day after you decided, okay, well, I made a mistake. I messed up. I've done set myself back 5 or 6 steps. And tomorrow I'm good. Everything's going to be great, which everything is great, but you still have to do the work to get back to where you were. Just like me. If I sit too long, don't have physical therapy, and I wait a month, then when he comes back to my house, guess what's wrong? I'm back to square one. All that I learned how to do, I've sit and I've lost it. Well, then I got to start all over and learn it all over again. So I have to keep going, keep walking, to continue to build my strength up. But that goes with anything, not just physical. That goes with mental, spiritual, anything that you're going through. It's a continual, I don't want to say battle. It's a continual walk that you have to challenge yourself every day with. It blows me away that people do not wake up with the mindset of thanking God that they woke up. I can't comprehend that. I mean, every day I wake up, I thank God, thank you that I woke up and that I'm still here. Even though I'm in excruciating pain. Thank you, Michael. But my goal is to just be me, just to give talks of encouragement, because everybody's worthy. You know, everybody's worthy of being able to change. And some people are like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Because we see them as phony, fake, and let's just say they are. Let's just say that's true. The prayer should be, Lord, change their heart, because do they not see that people see that they're not being who they really are? And some people don't care. Some people will come on here and they have diabetes instead of being a diabetic. They lie everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. And if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. Lying is when you have to have a good memory, because you got to keep up with all the lies that you tell. You got to keep up with them, and you might get caught up in not remembering one of the lies, and somebody in the chat says, wait a minute, that's not what you said last week. That's not what you said before. And then there you are, you've been caught in a lie. And some people just lied to be lying. I had an aunt on my stepdad's side that she would just make conversation and just lie. And we all knew when she was making conversation that what she was saying, she was lying. And she was lying just to make conversation. Who does that? I guess she did. Rest in peace. She's no longer with us. But she would just lie to make conversation. And I don't know why people do that. Maybe they think their life sounds better when they lie about it. I don't know. There could be many guesses about that. But I'm so glad that you all are here with me today and are sharing this live with me and being in here. Miss Josie and I have our chat this next month in February. It's the second Thursday of each month, and it's on my channel this next month. It's called The Calm Before the Storm. And if you haven't watched last month's video on The Calm Before the Storm, it's on Miss Josie's channel. I'm pretty sure she still has the talk up on her channel. It was a very good topic. It was how did your past affect your life today? And it was really good. We had a good talk and a good chat. The thing about mine and Miss Josie's chat is we don't try to act like we know. We're trying to dictate over you and tell you how you're supposed to do. We facilitate the conversation. The conversation where people can feel free to share what they want to share in the chat, which there's no judgment, anything, just people talking and sharing. So it's going to be on my channel. I have an idea what the topic's going to be this next month, but I haven't talked to Miss Josie about it yet. She and I usually send her the name of what I want to talk about. She usually goes right along with it and says, oh, that's great. She sends me her topic. We both study it, get some ideas about it. And I have to let her know in time for her to be able to study it, which that reminds me, I need to let her know what I'm thinking about so she can get started on that. Miss Josie, I'm talking about Josie's place. She's very busy. So I need to let her know what's going on. Dana, I took a nap. Honey, get those naps in. I know about a good nap. Oh my goodness. And I got my new chair fixed. It had they had come and got a part out of the brain of it because a nodule or something messed up, and I was without it like 10 days. Well, yesterday they came and replaced the part, and I'm back in my new wheelchair where the legs lift up and I can rest in my chair, which I have missed that. I can elevate my legs. I'm so glad you're here, Dana. Thank you for coming in. I love you, girl. You always support my channel, and I appreciate it. Wonderful, Yankee Cow. Wonderful. Welcome in. How are you doing? How are you doing? I can't decide if I want to continue to go live in the afternoon or if I want to go live in the mornings again. I really can't decide. And I can't decide on what day. Uh, ever since my grandson Lincoln was born, I stopped going live on Tuesday mornings, which everybody got used to me going live on Tuesdays. And then I had to switch because I was babysitting him as a newborn baby up until he was almost, well, way past 1 years old. And now I can't decide what day I want to go live. It's sporadic. Sometimes it's Wednesday, sometimes it's Thursday. I have gone back to Tuesday. I just don't have it. But that's one thing I want to get right is what day I want to go live and just stick with that time for a while. I'm glad it's fixed now. Will be easier to do the things you are used to doing. Yes, because see this chair lets up, it'll rise up like this. It'll lie back for me to raise my feet up. It has a lot of features to it. A lot more than my older chair, which don't get me wrong. I am still appreciative of my older chair because these last 10 days it has gotten me where I wanted to go. So don't get me wrong. I still appreciate my older chair, but I'm so thankful that I got my new one back. It's fixed and it's ready to go. Well, what was happening to it was when I would use the joystick to go, it was going like this and jerking, and it wouldn't go straight. I'd have to make it literally go straight. And my house is so tiny. I mean, I was bumping into walls and like, why can't I get this to straighten up? What's wrong with it? And I was in the lowest speed. Come to find out, the nodule or the whatever that needed to be changed was the one that made it go straight and, straighten up. Go figure. There's my sweet Josie. I was just talking about you, Josie. Of course, I always am talking about Josie. Josie is my dear friend, and I'm sure y'all already know that. Josie and I really, just like Christina and several other people here on YouTube, we have in common that we're a Christian. And when you have that in common, you tend to kind of know each other and you feel more connected to that person. And I've known Josie, really, I've known who she was since I started YouTube, but over the last year or so, she and I have become closer friends. And it's a wonderful thing when you have a close friend on YouTube, like Christina, Josie, Ella, Victoria, just the ones that you feel close to. And that's why she and I decided to do this show together. And it's turned out to be really good to do a monthly show. And yeah, she could. She could. She has a son that I think he might be a year or two younger than I am. And but Josie always tells me, call me anytime you need to, text me, email me. It doesn't matter what time of the night, day or night, I'm there. Krista, how are you doing? Oh, 530 subscribers. That's great. Oh, he'll be 58 next week. Yeah, I'll be 59 in May. So, yeah, we're very close in age. There's my brother from another mother. Yes, it is. The Costume Jeweler. That's another one that I love dearly. You just are attached to certain ones on YouTube and you just can't help it. I mean, we're all connected together. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But some people you just feel more connected to, like your souls just connect closer. Uh, which I like to be connected to everybody, all my neighbors. Now, if you act crazy and silly and you want to come in and show out, then we can't have all that. Um, Final touches on. Oh, you're at the Airbnb. Nice. Yeah, he has an Airbnb that he's about to open up in Oklahoma, which is his second Airbnb. Y'all heard me talk about it. Of course, go over and visit his channel. He'll have another sale soon. He does live sales, he thrifts, he does a lot of different things. And I say that he's my younger brother, and I don't have to take care of him. He can take care of himself, but it gives me this little surge of, being the older sister for him. But anyway, he's good. Um, hey Texas Val. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. But anyway, it's a proven fact. No live streams right now. We're I'm staying, internet goes in and out a lot. Well, maybe you'll get to the point where you can do lives. I like to go live on StreamYard once a week, but I will go live on YouTube, at a drop of a hat. If James and I are traveling, or if I just decide to go outside my home and ride around in my wheelchair, which I'm going to do when it warms up. I mean, it has been cold the last few days, but it's about to warm up. I love you, CJ. I hope you have a good weekend. I don't know if you're having a sale this weekend or not. Y'all, I'm getting the most interruptions when I go live. My nurse wants to come by at 8 in the morning. Okay. 8. 8's fine. Oh, thank you, Texas Val. Appreciate it. All of our personalities may be different. And some of us are connected through personality. Some of us are connected through our belief, closer than others. Some of us are connected through just our souls are just drawn to each other. And then you have some that are like, nope, no, thank you, stay away. Oh, there's Michael. There's my dear friend Michael. Now, I love my 2 old guys, vintage and resale. They are amazing. And Michael, this Michael, is the one that always says, hey, Angie, it's me, Michael. And he has done this for months. He has done this for months. The same little thing that he does. And it never gets old to me, because I have shared with Michael that I had a brother named Michael. And when he first did that, oh my gosh, I had not heard that. Hey, it's me, Michael. And my brother, it reminded me of my brother that passed away when my son was 7 months old. And it was unexpected, and it was a bad tragedy, and it was just horrible. He was 18 months younger than myself, and he had never been married, and it was just a horrible situation. And when he said, hey, Angie, it's me, Michael, it was like, I just got this, oh my gosh. And then it was a very happy thought of, oh my gosh, that reminds me of my brother. So I shared that with Michael, and he does it now. And it doesn't ever get old to me because it just brings joy to me when he does that. And I've told him that. But if y'all haven't been visited the Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, the other guy that goes with him is Mark. And Mark is awesome. I mean, the two of them together just are great. I can't say enough about how wonderful they are. Y'all go over there and visit their channel. Of course, they have auctions. I'm the auction girl. Uh, you go over there and visit them. They are great. I don't know when they're next. Let's see where he says, Angie, guess what? It's me, Michael. I love that. Go over, or he can drop his link or whatever he wants to do. Go over and visit their channel. Y'all will not regret it. It is. I know they have a sale on Sunday. Mark is on with Cajun Roots Reseller in the mornings on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm trying to think where they are. Oh, Michael does a auction with Denise's Magical Emporium, which is another great channel, on Wednesday nights. I think it's on his channel on Wednesday nights. Michael tells stories about his mom and dad, which are hilarious. Oh my gosh. They are hilarious, the stories that he tells about his mom and dad. But just check them out. Y'all are not going to regret it. Hey, Carol, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, yes, he does, Josie. Michael is, oh my gosh, they are so funny. Funny, funny, funny. Storms and Radios, welcome in. I am so glad that y'all have made it here to my neighborhood and visiting me today. This is a live chat. Now, this isn't one of my videos. I would like for you to go over and if you can't watch the whole video that I put up, watch a few minutes of it, like, share it out, because I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to reach 1,700 neighbors, which I'm like 15 neighbors away from 1,700. It's not that I want the number. I just want neighbors to come in. Good neighbors, not your troll neighbors, not your crazy neighbors. Not, we all got we all have that crazy neighbor. I mean, I even have one here in my real neighborhood. I mean, I love that neighbor, but they're kind of like sitting on the edge of no return. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to accept that. But when you're here doing a live, you don't want all that going on in the chat and disturbing the rest of the chat. You wanted a calm, moving chat that everybody can share and talk and become a neighborhood. I don't know if y'all have seen my intro. It's amazing what Red Arrow Resale Regina and Tooch Man and Nana Tink did. They are the ones that put my intro together, and I just love it because it talks about my neighborhood. And that's what I want. I want this very calm, cool, and collected neighborhood. Nobody acting whoa. You know what I'm talking about? Random Tude. I love watching that Michael. Yeah, Michael and Mark are awesome. I talk all the time. Oh yeah. And then Josie tells us, and you have to believe her, that when she was younger, she didn't talk. Well, I guess she's trying to make up for it now because she has no problem talking now in her auctions. And when you go in there, we share during her Saturday auction more than the week, which I don't get to go on Monday night now because I have other obligations. But Friday she's with Dee. Monday she's with Dee. Saturday she has her own auction. On Wednesday she's on the Hump Day auction with Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller, and the other people that are there that are selling, like Red Arrow Resale, Regina, Daisy's Creation, D. They're the regular ones. And then they have a guest. I love that y'all are all here. It just makes my day. All right. Did you talk to Taylor?
Yeah.
About Ben mowing?
Yeah.
Joey?
Well, he said you had PayPal.
I thought they only took. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I thought they only did the Venmo. I didn't know anything about.
I'll talk to you.
Okay. Oh, thank you for saying that. Yes, that's the way I feel. My neighborhood is burning snow and deep, deep cold. Squirrel Eyes. Somebody said this was a good channel without a lot of craziness. Oh, yeah, we don't have crazy over here. If we have crazy over here, you out. This is a calm, cool, and collected channel. No drama. No, it's not like we can't talk about things, but we don't get heated over here. We are adults and we know when to chat, when not to, when to be respectful, which is all the time. Oh, my neighborhood is warmer, but it is let me see what the degrees is now. Let's see what's going on. It is 48 degrees. It's 48 degrees here in my neighborhood. Well, if they make new ones, they'll just have to get blocked with that too. I have mods in here that'll take care of it. Frosty Garden, welcome in, welcome in. I really enjoy your chats when you're at Bison. Angie. I always feel better after watching you. Thanks, Dana. Mark the Pit Bull. We have a lot of Marks and Michaels and 13 degrees where Carol is. So, like I said on one of my videos, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I mean, you may, and that's fine for you. I do goals. I set goals. But I don't do New Year's resolutions. I don't know what your goals are for 2026, but I hope your goal is to, number one, lose all the anxiety and stress that you have. Okay. I just want to let you know you can't control anything but yourself. I know that there's a lot going on in this world. I understand that. So much that you may agree and disagree. And I'm not here to talk about that. But what I will say is you shouldn't worry about that so much. You should realize that there is something higher that's controlling everything. So no matter what's going on in the world, if you're looking to that higher power, you're going to be okay. Now, I know it's hard and you get frustrated, you get angry, and you get upset about what's going on in the world. But if you can't do anything about it, count down from 10 and just quit watching it. Just quit watching it. Don't even watch it. Get yourself together. Get your focus on something else. And start participating in stuff that makes you feel encouraged. It makes you feel like you're doing something positive. Don't stay in a situation that makes you angry. If watching what's on television makes you angry, stop. Stop watching it. Let me go back up here. Yeah, stress will kill you. You know, I don't really like to bring up religion on my channel because it just, people lose it. I mean, they literally, if you're not an adult, you can't talk about different religion, which religion was man-made. We could make a whole new topic on that. But you have to live your life spiritually. You have to keep in touch with you and the one you serve and let it be an individual walk, learn new things. Don't listen to others try to mold you into believing things that you may not believe or want to believe. Hey, DL. Hey, Tiwanana. There you go. Once you go through something like that, Mark, once you go through something like Mark has just said, you tend to put things in perspective and you realize just how short life is. And you say to yourself, I'm not going to sweat it. I mean, other people might, but I'm not going to. Here's the thing. When I had my heart problem and I had to get a pacemaker, my heart doctor looked at me and he said, I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's church. I don't care who it is, a job, a neighbor, whoever it is. Anything that's a spouse, anything that's causing you stress, get rid of it if you want to live a long time. Now, that heart doctor looked me right in the eye and he said that to me. If you want to live a long life, get rid of whatever is stressing you out, whether it be television, something I'm watching on the news or whatever, an individual, a job, a circumstance, whatever it is. And I'm thinking, well, how am I going to get rid of it? But you know what? I did. I did because he made it plain and clear to me that I wasn't going to be here much longer if I didn't get rid of what was stressing me out. So at that very moment, what did Angie do? He gave me permission to, I'm done. I'm not taking. I'm through. I'm finished. And I haven't. I have not been under stress since. You might think that's crazy and that doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you, let go of things that you cannot control And that would be everything, because really we control nothing. We only control ourselves. Every day is a blessing. My nurse told me God will only give you what he knows you can handle. There is a solution to every problem. Yes, there is. Exactly. That's what I'm doing in the new year. We can pray for those people from afar, but we don't have to sit at the table with them. Amen, DL. You can love them from a distance. Because if they cared about you, they wouldn't want you under that much stress. They wouldn't want you to be stressing over something if they really care, if it's an individual. Now, if it's something on television, you can just click that off. If it's a job, bye-bye. And people say, oh, I can't quit my job. Well, no, you have another job before you let that job go, and the Lord will sustain you until you get to that point. But you have to say, okay, it's time for me to look for another job. This job is stressing me out. But you have to literally get up and do something. And a lot of people just want to sit there and wait for somebody else to do it for them. Yes, stress will kill you faster than most things. When I gave my life to the Lord Jesus, my life changed in so many different ways. Yes, amen. And see, it's time for we Christians, and I made a point this year for 2026. And it wasn't like I was hiding, because I think most people know that I'm a Christian and that's my beliefs. But I'm not going to deny it any longer that I serve the Lord and Jesus is my Savior. I'm not going to deny that. And if people do not agree with it, you don't have to. I want you to respect my belief. And if you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. But I'm going to respect yours, because we're all walking a journey that's an individual journey that we have to decide as an individual what our next step is. Now, a lot of us depend on somebody else to tell us what to do. Can you imagine? I'm 58 years old. I don't want anybody else telling me what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. But some people can't make a decision. And I'm talking about a decision on when you go out to eat, what they want. They look at you and say, hey, what you getting? No, stand up there and order something off that menu like a big girl or a big boy and stop doing that. They're scared of failure. But you know what? We all fail. And guess what? When you fail, you learn a lesson. And that's what we're here to do, is to learn. It's okay to fail. It's just not okay to stay in that failure. What the failure is not trying. Some people won't try because they're scared they're going to fail. Everybody's failed at something. But the goal is to get back up and try again. You know, fear is the opposite of faith. Where fear is, faith can't be. Where faith is, fear can't be. So they both cannot be in the same room together. You either have one or you have the other. Take your choice. Okay? So, and make your own decisions. Why? Why do we want somebody to tell us what we should believe, what we should think, how we should think? Why? For people to like us? I mean, at 58, almost 59 years old, why should I care who likes me or who doesn't like me? But you know, people, and I say as a group, want to be connected to other people, but I want to be connected to the right people. I don't want to be connected to people that drain me, that suck the life out of me. But some people will do that just to have people around them. I'd rather be by myself. But here's the thing. I can be by myself. I like me. I can find things to do. I can be by myself. Some people can't, and I understand that to a certain extent. But oh, there's Ella. Now Ella is my sister from another mister. I love me some Ella. Ella, of course, has an auction. Of course, I'm the auction girl. I support the auctions. Ella has an auction. She's amazing. And y'all go over there and visit Ella. Ella has a wonderful sense of humor. She's a straight shooter like Josie. They tell it like it is. They don't hold anything back. You either like them or you don't like them. They don't care. Just like me. I want you to, well, I want you to like me. But if you don't, I'm not losing any sleep. If I lose sleep, it won't be because you don't like me. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've crossed that bridge way back in my 20s. I mean, that bridge is already burned to the ground, and I mean, I don't even think of it. But go visit Ella. I want to talk about something when I catch up on the chat. Why does this guy keep talking to me? I've not said anything to him. I'm trying hard to be kind. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I love Ella. Been buying from her for a long time. Yeah, Ella is awesome. Ella's amazing. Ella brought up something in her chat today. I don't know if y'all were over there. There was a lady in the chat. I'm sure Ella doesn't mind me sharing about. There was a lady in the chat that talked about how wonderful she thought Ella's chat was because she had been in a depression. No, we're gonna have to take everybody out that has drama. Hey, Leon. Thanks, Josie. Welcome in, Leon. Oh. Oh, okay, Mark. I'll be praying for your mom. Yeah, there's no drama in this chat. My mods, I handle that if it is. But we have more important things to talk about. So the lady came in Ella's chat and said that she had been real depressed, and depression is a real thing. It's real, it really is. And she said that by her coming to Ella's chat and being able to be involved in the chat, it helped her, and that she thanked us for that. So here's the thing: we don't ever know what somebody is going through, what they're dealing with. So we have to show some kind of mercy to a certain extent. Now, you do have the ones that are overbearing and will test your limits. But then you know the ones that are real sincere about what they're going through. Okay, Michael, talk to you later. Yes, agreed. Now, here's the thing. I love each and every one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But some of you are closer to me because I've gotten to know you, okay? Ella and I used to do a show together called Keeping It Real. We did it on Sunday nights, every other Sunday. We haven't started our show back up. Don't know if we will. And we're still friends regardless if we ever do. She's like my sister. No problem. She's had a busy life. I've had a busy life. No big deal. Ella gave a little testimony of what she had been going through the last several days. And you'll have to go back and watch her channel to see what that is. I'm not going to go into it in detail. But I will tell you that depression is a real thing. I send out cards through the mail. A lot of people do not know this. I randomly send cards to different channel people that have a channel. Cards of, I hope they're doing well. I hope their health gets better. Cards of encouragement. Cards of thank you, I love you, whatever. I just am a card sending person. That's just what I do. A lot of people don't know that, and it's not for them to know it. I don't announce everything that I do when I do something kind. It's just things that I randomly do. I pray about it. If the Lord puts it on my heart to send this one a card or that one a card, I do it. And I do giveaways when I feel like I'm led to do it. But I'm here to tell you, people are going through things right now in the world. And people that we love dearly are going through things. We need to understand that we're not the only person in the world. And the world does not revolve around us, including myself, and what we're going through, okay? The world is a group of people. Do you not understand that the world is made up of other countries? That the United States is not the only country. Mississippi is not the only state. My town is not the only town. We seem to think that we're so special that the world, it revolves around us. Do you know how many lives that are so different than ours that they wake up every morning in fear that someone's going to take their life? That they may not have something to eat? That they may not have a home? But yet still, we sit in our home and we eat, and we don't worry about where our next meal's coming from because we have a next meal. We don't worry about anything, but we think we're so special. And if we have a problem, then the whole world's supposed to stop because we have a problem. Don't misunderstand me. Your problem's important. It is. It is important. But if you would change your perception and look over and say, I have it pretty good. I have it pretty good. I really do. And you start focusing on outward things instead of inward things, your life will change a little bit. Now, I'm not saying escape the inward things. Those things will heal themselves, most of it. Because a lot of times we create it to try to manage what we're going through. When I found out that my sister was sad and she was going through something, I wanted to reach through my YouTube channel and hug her and love on her and tell her that I love her and that I'm here if she ever needs me. 2 people, let me share this with y'all. 2 people have told me that they had a dream that I come to visit them at their house at different times. These two people wasn't in the same chat. Ella was one of them, said I come to her house, walked in her office, walked back out, did a little twirl like I was on the runway. And then Judy May, in another chat that she didn't even know Ella had said that I come to visit her in a dream, took her hand, and said that everything was going to be okay. She just lost a sister. I don't know what the meanings of that, but if the third person tells me that they had a dream about me coming to their house, that would be a trifecta, and I will definitely have to figure out what it's all about. But yeah, Ella has a great heart. I need to ask Ella if she's colder now in her new apartment. Yeah, the whole world's in a transition. Here's the thing. Some people take everything to heart. Me, I take nothing. It would probably take years to offend me. Okay? Because you have to value the opinion of the person that's trying to offend you. Okay? So no one can offend you unless you actually value that person's opinion more than you value your opinion of how you believe about yourself. Okay? I'm not bragging when I say that. I'm just saying the childhood that I had and I was brought up in, I learned that at a very young age, which was hard, but now it's helping me. It's helped me for years. Josie and I talk about this on our channel, on our shows sometimes. The things that were back in your childhood that you thought was horrible are now being used in your adulthood as something that you can take and be strong. You know, don't blame your parents anymore. You get to a certain age, you have to start making choices for yourself to say, I'm no longer going to be like that. I'm no longer going to do that. A lot of people don't want to adult. They don't want to do it. They don't want the adult. They want to say they're an adult when everything's going good and everything's favorable in their favor. But when things start getting hard, oh no, I can't adult. No, I'm out. That's what people want to do. But that's the time you should say, I'm in. I am in. I am about to show you all what I'm about to do. And you get in there, and even if you don't know what to do, get in there with the ones that are traveling saying, I can do this. And you get behind them and you start saying, I can do this. I'm going to learn this lesson. Stop hiding behind a rock or under your bed in fear and start learning something. And then the next time you hit a trial or a tribulation, you're going to be stronger than you were before because you went through it and you lived and you made it. And you'll start saying, oh, I went through that. I'm stronger. Hey, Irene, how are you? Welcome in. Don't just sit down and cry and wait for somebody to. Now, there's nothing wrong. Just like today, I wanted to reach out to Ella and grab her and hug her and just say, I love you. And there was nothing wrong with that because I do. And, oh, I'm glad, Irene. But when you have a person that you are attached to and they're going through pain, you're going through pain, you're feeling that pain. And I was feeling that pain this morning, and I was like, I don't want my sister to be hurting. You know, I don't want anybody to be hurting. Josie could be going through something. I don't want her to have to do it. I'm not going to stop it from happening. I'm just going to hold her hand while she goes through it and say, you got, it's sort of like a woman in labor. I mean, you can't stop her from having the baby. She's going to go through that pain of having that baby. But you can stand there and hold her hand and say, girl, you got this. You are going to have a beautiful baby when this is all over with. Can't stop her from the labor, but you can be there to support her. And that's what we need to do, is to be there to support people as they allow you to be there. Some people won't allow it. Some people love where they are. Some people love to stay in the same situation that they're in. They love it because they would rather stay in the situation that they know instead of they have the fear of the unknown. So they don't want to go anywhere else. They'd rather stay. It's like people staying in an abusive relationship. And people say, why are you staying there? Why don't you get out? Well, they know that relationship. They don't know what's out there. So they would rather stay in that abusive relationship because it doesn't feel good at times, but it's all they know. I know that sounds crazy. But we have to consciously make a decision to love everyone with godly love. Just like DL said, T with Nana, you don't ever go back to enemy camp once you get out of it. You can pray for them from a distance. And here's the thing, don't ever let anybody disturb your peace. I don't care who they are. If they're willing to disturb your peace, you don't need them anyway. Because they don't care anything about you if they disturb your peace. Now, what I mean by that, now I know James and I have been married 38 years. Has he ever disturbed my peace? Lord, yes. He has disturbed my peace. But we have a relationship. And we have a misunderstanding to get to an understanding because we're building something. We're building a home. We have 2 adult children that have spouses, that have children. We have built this from the ground up. But somebody that comes into your life that constantly disturbs your peace, you've got to say, either you got to stop disturbing it or you got to go. I mean, that's just the way 2026 is going to be. I don't know what y'all have set for y'all's goals for 2026. If y'all even have any set. I don't know what y'all's intentions are. Some people just live, they're flippant. They just live day to day. And don't get me wrong, I do that. I live day to day because I don't worry about tomorrow. But I plan for it, okay? In the Bible it says, don't worry about tomorrow because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't even know if tomorrow's going to be here. I mean, God even feeds the birds. How much greater are you than the birds that he was going to look out for you, which he is going to look out for us. But we have to prepare for things down the road. Now, we don't want to not prepare. Like James and I in our garden, we put up vegetables every year. We would be kind of silly of us to let all those extra vegetables ruin that we had been blessed with and not put them up in our freezer and prepare ourselves for maybe something coming down the road that we need those vegetables. Okay? So we do need to prepare. but we don't need to worry. Goals are important when you're older or when you're young, even if they're more downsized. I think goals keep you on track. They keep your mind set for a certain thing, and you're not in the drama, and you're not in the gossip, and you're not in the mindset of bringing discomfort to someone, being angry with someone. If you have a goal, you're focused on that. Like when you're in a race, do you look over at the other guy and try to make conversation? No, you're running because you're trying to get to be the first, second, third, or whatever to finish that race. Okay? You're not looking over there saying, hey, buddy, have you heard about so and so? They're doing this, that, and the other. No, you're not doing that. You're focused. And a lot of us need to get focused on what we need to do. Like me, I need to get focused on my physical therapy. I need to get focused on eating healthier. I need to get focused on what I need to do in my life spiritually for 2026. You know, if we would pay attention more to what we need to do within ourselves to make ourselves more at ease with who we are, then we don't have time to worry about drama and about who likes us and who doesn't like us and about who's talking about who and who's doing what. We're not going to have time. Oh, Josie, thank you. Yes, Josie works 7 days a week, and I know she don't mind me saying this. She's in her 80s. Okay? She could work circles around me, and she does through YouTube. She has auctions. She does that to supplement her income. Okay? At 80 something years old. So I don't really like to hear excuses of people that act like they can't do anything, that are a lot younger, that look healthier and could get out and work. I don't have sympathy for a person like that just chooses not to go out and do something. What? I'm a Gen Xer. I mean, I was brought up, you go get it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You get up and go get it. I don't know where all that thinking went. Yes. Oh, 84. See there? Yep. Yes, she works 7 days a week. Thank you, Random. Oh, yeah. Yes, she is awesome. Yes, she's amazing. It is amazing. And then you have the people that are in their 30s, their 20s. They just think it's awful that they have to get a job to work 30 hours a week. My gosh, what's 30 hours? Nothing. When I used to work, I worked 40 hours, come home, had 2 young children to take care of, got them taken care of, went to every event that they had at school, no matter what it was, went to church, had my children were brought up in church, went to that. On the weekends, I would clean my house. On Sunday, I would go to church. Monday would start work all over again. Wednesday night, church again. Sports that my children were in when they were in school. Dance recitals, academic club, everything. Just go, go, go. I wouldn't take anything for it. Loved every minute of it. But I come on here today to tell you You can do it. You can do it. Tap into I retired 6 years ago, but now I have a little cat sitting business and do some substitute work at local schools on occasion. That's nice. That's awesome. Irene, that's awesome. Never give up. Exactly. Never, ever give up. Never give up. Here's the thing. When I get tired when the physical therapist is here and I feel like I can't take another step when we're walking, you know what I say? Out loud, and he hears me when I say this. I say, come on, Angie. You got this, girl. Take another step. And I take another step. And then when I take that step, I say, come on, Angie. Take another step. And I take another step. And I do that about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm exhausted and I sit down. But I didn't stop when I got tired. I stopped when I got exhausted. I could not take another step. I sit down. Okay? I push myself. Did it feel good? Not till after it was over with. During the time that I was doing it, no, it did not feel good at all. I was hurting. I was physically in pain. A lot of us don't want to feel pain. But you know what they say? No pain, no gain. And that doesn't mean just physically. That doesn't mean just in our physical body. That means emotionally, spiritually, every angle of our being. We grow through pain. I'm sorry, but when everything's going good, are we thinking about learning something? That's just like having recess at school. When you have recess at school, are you thinking about your math lesson? Are you thinking about your English lesson? Are you thinking about geometry? No, you're thinking about, whoo, I got a break. I'm having a good time. But when you're in the classroom and you're studying and you're having to learn a lesson because you're going to have a test on it, that's when you're focused. And that's when the pain's coming. That's when it's happening. Okay, Squirrel. So good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. No. And Josie has them. She has health issues that she never talks about. Now, she don't mind talking about them. I mean, she'll talk about working through them. She won't talk about sitting in them and just not working through them. You know, sitting in a situation and just wanting sympathy and pity and people to feel sorry for you is one thing. But going through a situation is another thing because you want people to encourage you. You want people to say, hey, you got this. You can do it. Take another step, Angie. Take another step. That's what you want. I can see where this is a time and a place. Sometimes you want a chat or an auction to be fun place to have a place to forget about your pain and hard time. Yes, exactly. And you don't want somebody, at least I don't. Yes, agreed. That's just what I was about to say, Dio. You can talk about that here. But when we go in auctions, we don't want immediately that somebody comes in. Now, asking for prayer is one thing. Yes. Agreed, Randall. Asking for prayer in a chat is one thing because Chelsea doesn't mind. She has a angel prayer list that she will put you on and does not mind at all if you're going through something. I will put you on my prayer list. Ella and Victoria will pray for you at that very moment most of the time. It's okay to ask for prayer. But when you spam the chat and you're constantly talking about what you're going through, a situation in an auction, that changes the angle of the auction. You know what I'm saying? It changes the whole what it's about. Um Now if it's a 911 and you've had something immediately happen and you need prayer just like right then or even anytime, it's okay to ask for that in the chat and then move on. But if you continue to spam the chat with your problems in an auction, I can see how that person that's running the auction has to say, look, I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, but right now we're having an auction. And hey Nicole, hey Linda, how are you? So be careful. And I say this to anybody and everybody, when you go into an auction, make sure you realize it's an auction. It's not the place. Now, this is the place to come to talk about things, as long as it doesn't get out of hand and people start acting cuckoo, they'll be removed. But this is the place to come to share, because I don't mind talking about anything as long as we can talk about it as adults, not as one-sided and not as children. Now, I'm not a child. I love children. I love to play with children and color with them and play hide and seek and all that with children. But I don't want to play games with an adult that should know better. You should know better than to, well, you should know better. You may not know better, but you should. Than to disrespect somebody coming into their channel, large and in charge. I don't like that. It's not the right thing to do. And then when they come in large and in charge and get their feelings hurt, they want to be angry and cynical and bitter and all that about it. Why? You've already been told don't act like that. And I'm not speaking of just one individual in particular. I'm speaking about anybody that comes in and does that with an auction. That is what I'm speaking of. Y'all excuse me. My lips are chat. I guess I've talked too much. But I would like for y'all to, like I said, go over and check out my videos. I don't necessarily need you to watch the whole video. Just a few minutes of it. I'd be grateful if you would watch it, but if it doesn't keep your attention, I can understand that. Leave a comment. If you're not a neighbor of mine and you haven't connected with my channel and subscribe, please do. I'm trying to get to 1,700, which, like I said, it's not about the number. It's about reaching more people to come in and have a positive 2026. Because I'll say again, I know there's a lot going on in the world. People are suffering because of it. But if we can just change our perception, our perception is our reality. And if we can just change our perception just a little bit, things will get better. But if you have the idea of, oh, no, they won't. No, they won't. Well, then, of course, they're not. You've got to want them to get better. You can't sit there and say, oh, no, they won't. Well, no, they're not going to. You should stand up and say, hey, it doesn't matter to me what's going on in the world. It doesn't matter to me what's going on in the United States. I can't control that. And you can't. But I can control me and what goes on around the way I want to live in my area. And I'm going to have now we can't wake up every morning like, woo, everything's hunky-dory and everything. No, that's not even, Lord, I'm not trying to put off that persona, because let me share something with y'all in case y'all didn't know. If y'all could see me wake up in the mornings, y'all would think, oh my Lord, because I am hurting so bad that I look like I am 95 years old trying to get up and stand on my walker to get to my wheelchair. And I am just cringing the whole time that I am trying to get to my wheelchair because I am in so much pain. And I'm saying, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. And I sit in my chair and I say, thank you, Lord. Thank you that I made it to my chair. Thank you that you've allowed me to wake up this morning. I know I'm in a lot of pain, but you're going to make it okay. It's going to be all right. I'm not very good until about 10 or 10:30 in the morning. I'm just going to tell y'all. Like my nurse is going to come by at 8 in the morning. She's going to see a different me than she normally sees at 10 or 11 o'clock. She already knows that. But anyway, I'm so glad that y'all have dropped by today. I've been on here almost 2 hours, and I love y'all, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. Don't forget to give me one of these. I'm going to try to figure out the exact day that I'm going to go live, and I'm going to catch y'all the next time. And y'all watch my, oh, there's Nora. I got to speak to Nora. Hey, Nora. How are you? Nora, you got to go check her channel out. She has been doing burpees. She's been doing exercise. Check her channel out. She has a good channel. Great. She's the cool kid of my neighborhood, my block. She's the cool kid. She already knows it. Nobody else has that title. Nobody else can take that title from her. She's always had it. My email is in my about page if you need to email me about anything that you think that I can help you with. And I hope 2026 will be the greatest year you ever have, health-wise, wealth-wise, and peace-wise. I love you. Bye, neighbors. I'm going to play my intro for my outro. Well, hey there. It's me, Angie. Come on in. It's time for our neighbor.
It's me, Angie, calling out to you. The door's wide open.